What's up, y'all? How you living? I'm good. It's Wednesday. We are here. We're here for our oracle and tarot reading. Pretty excited about our midweek cards. They fall right along in with the continuing unfolding story. Last week we had themes of divine timing at play, surprises, countdowns till surprises, intuitive hunches, following those, creative womb energy. I'm like looking at the spread right there. Gestation, being the witch, being the magician, being the wizard, having the illumination moment and the enlightenment, and then having the blessing sort of presented. So I don't know if you've had any boons along your journey so far over the last day or so, but if you have, interesting, because our cards today suggested that we could look forward to some kind of fun things unfolding this week. So very interesting stuff. So today we started with, I wanted to go back and use the Vintage Wisdom Oracle for our Oracle deck, but we got playfulness came up, and it's not often that I'll pull this card, but it seems like the times that I do, the deck, like this particular deck is like, use me today. And so I found it was like really important for us to sort of nurture our sense of play and follow our like spontaneous, playful side. I think that it will yield great results. I went into the forest quite literally today and got the most awesome photo of what I think are like the most magnificent oyster mushrooms I've ever seen. But I'm too scared to eat them because I don't know if they're poisonous. I don't know how to properly forage mushrooms. That's why I'm really good at finding them. I just take the photos. But I'm really wanting to take like a mushroom class so I can actually because I'm really good at like finding mushrooms. I don't even mean to. They just we just connect. But so anyway, I found a really cool mushroom today that I took a picture of. And yeah, some really fun things happened while I was out in the forest. It was a pretty magical day. Some unexpected turns and twists and all kinds of stuff. But just be willing to sense when the universe is ready to play with you. Be available to play with the universe. Also, look in the show descriptions. I included what I wrote for today from Instagram, but it does go more into depth about how to do some child healing and spend some time playing with your inner child and listening to where the inner child is urging you. Because there's wisdom in the inner child, but you also have to use your discernment and wisdom to guide the inner child too. It's kind of a reciprocal back and forth, but I don't want to go into that so much now, because I have just a different kind of plot storyline thing that I want to talk about now. But I would suggest just read in the description or go follow me on Instagram. I'm Liz_Taylor_Magick. And I do posts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for us. And then I come on here and I talk about some of the other things that I wanted to unpack about the reading. So they usually are different, but they piggyback off of each other. But I do think it's literally important for you to follow hunches that have to do with following your bliss, as Joseph Campbell talked about. Following your hunches and cravings to go follow your curiosity about things that interest you. Follow your cravings and hunches about just things that your soul really wants. If you want to go, if you've been dying to play with paint, go get some paints and just mush them around a canvas and see what happens. But let yourself follow those hunches. And I feel that those hunches are trying to take you somewhere, almost like Lassie. It's what is it, Lassie? What is it? It's Timmy's in the well, except it's not Timmy's in the well. Your wish is in the well and your wish is coming, but the universe is trying to play with you and get you there. And so follow those little hits and hunches and inklings, see where they take you. Follow the curiosity, but have discernment and wisdom about it as well. Then we had the patience card. So it's like there's also been this message too recently about like not pushing anything or feeling like pushing that masculine energy to make it happen. Like the as we're rounding out the year, it's sort of like allowing things to happen and focusing on revisiting the patterns and the systems and the processes that we've put into place up to this point, and like reflecting and doing like additional editing work, if you will, on ourselves and the various kingdoms of our lives, like getting them all in order. All is well in order, to get ready to start the next year. But right now we're allowing, we're observing, we're reflecting, and we're like tweaking, you know, as we need to. But it's good. It's important that we practice patience. Patience in just enjoying the unfolding as it is unfolding. Take your time to enjoy the moment so that you can actually see the universe at play in your life. It's actually like a super magical way to live when you slow down enough to see and witness the parts as they shift, right? When like something falls through and it doesn't work out, and instead of being irritated or like put out, you're like, oh, I wonder where this is going to lead me instead. So keep a curiosity, you know, keep watching as the universe is playing with you. Keep watching as the signs and the synchronicities add up. If somebody randomly brings up your spirit animal, for instance, notice that. If that exact thing happens to you while you follow a childlike hunch to go play. Have patience, don't push anything, and have patience with your inner child, right? Because, you know, life, it's like we're always going to be under the crushing pressures of life. It's as merciless as gravity. And so in order to be able to ever have a childlike sense of play, we just have to understand that we have to be able to hold both, you know, levity in one hand and the harsh realities and pressures, and balance those responsibilities in another. So it's like you can't wait for things to be great in order to play with life. You have to be able to, like, I don't know, let yourself cry 1 minute and be laughing the next, and vice versa. And just don't hold on to anything too tightly, you know, because everything, this too shall pass, right? For good or for bad, right? So just have patience and enjoy the moment you're in. Enjoy the magic of the unfolding now. Things are really whimsical and like magical, and there's all kinds of like hilarious things happening all around us at any given time. But you have to like be present enough to pay attention and watch from the observer's perspective, and not read too much in, and not make things signs and synchronicities that aren't. You know, we've been talking about that recently. It's like about paying attention to the signs and synchronicities, but like don't go looking for them, and don't go making things signs when they're not. But just be paying attention and having fun with it, and be patient. Yeah, I think it's just like, have fun where you're at, enjoy the journey, because we are like, as far as our goals and stuff are concerned, like I feel like we're all in like a long project. It's like a long unfolding. It's like one of those things where you just commit to self-mastery day in and day out, and you bring it into whatever you're doing. So it's like you're in for the long haul. But I think with patience and hard work, we're going to get what we want, because we have the Chariot and Nine of Pentacles here. And I think part of getting what we want has to do with stoking that bliss inside of us and those like good feeling emotions, which raise our vibration. But it's also like important that we're following what lights us up on our path, because we have this new chance to create this whole new beginning, to start this whole new storyline. So it's like, why not create a life that lights us up, right? But just be careful that your wounded child isn't driving the ship, or like running the show, and like be sure that your authentic desires now are in alignment with like the healthy inner child, and not like the wounded inner child. Like be sure that like you're not trying to fill a void, but you're just trying to like follow like the things that light you up the most, if that makes sense. So next we had Chariot. The Chariot is about the balance of elemental forces within and without us. So it's about bringing our outer world into balance and being able to put in diligent effort and hard work in, being able to balance a lot of things, being able to master ourselves and our own energy, positive and negative energy, divine masculine and divine feminine energy coming together in unison and in harmony in one, like with a shared direction and goal. So there's forward movement that's going to happen as a result of like the diligent effort that you have put in so far and the diligent effort that you continue to put in. The Chariot is associated with, it's the 7th card in the tarot. The number 7 in the path of the tree of life and in the tarot, the Chariot, it talks about victory, overcoming, finding being crowned with the glory, right? It's overcoming the lower self, overcoming the opponent and being victorious, right? And it's not something that's like a one and done either. It's a constant practice that we show up to. It's a constant practice of overcoming the ego, overcoming the shadow self, overcoming the smaller self, like constantly trying to up level and push yourself outside of the comfort zone, right? So I think that by continual effort, I think that like progress is starting to happen. But remember, we had talked about recently how like we're like in the opening sequence of the movie. We're not even really in the opening sequence yet. We're just having like the trailer to the movie or like teasers for the new season coming out. And so be patient. Be patient and have fun. Have fun watching the previews. I'm looking forward to what's coming. But don't give up control issues. Don't try to push anything forward too fast. Don't force anything because you're going to get what you want, right? And maybe it's not all fallen into place yet, but you're so close and you've been able to grow so much for yourself there. I noticed earlier today that she's wearing my witch socks that I had on when I had my witch costume on the other day. So I mean, I think good things are happening. I think good things are coming, and I think the manifestation is crystallizing on the edge of beingness. And I think that the plane is circling the runway and they're just looking for a gate to open now. So get excited, feel good, feel the having of it before the having of it. Be fulfilled without the thing, and no one can take that from you. Oh, it's in our Secret Teachings of Jesus episode from this past Saturday night, when we talked about the one who is, and it was the line, it was talking about one who is, blessed is one who is, because one who is, was, and will be. And I feel like that ties in to the having of the thing before, and not even needing the physical thing to be there, because you already have it without having the realization of it in the physical realm. It's you already have it intrinsically, so it's you don't even need it to manifest. And the moment that you don't need it to manifest, it manifests. It's the thing within the thing within the thing. Anyway, okay. Well, I think that's it for today. I am going to deep clean the bathroom. You guys know I'm like a Monica from Friends. I love a good deep clean. And so I'm going to be nerding out over the next couple of days and doing all kinds of self-care and deep cleaning projects and just wandering around and being Italian Hawaiian. You guys, I've been referencing Nail a lot with Jodie Foster, that 90s movie. I keep wondering if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Because I keep saying chicabee and taying the wind, and people are like, is she feeling okay? What is she talking about? But yeah, if you have never seen Nell, it's really good. Liam Neeson is in it, and he's not, no one's kidnapped. All right, ritual bath night. So bleaching the bathroom, polishing the tub. It's gonna be good. Oh, and carbs with pumpkin sauce. All good things. All good things. Much to be grateful for. And really decent cab. Good night. Ciao.